We're back on covering the mouth and whether it can be used to tell if somebody's concealing something. I did a video this morning. It's had a lot of views and a lot of comments. Most were positive, a few were negative. People questioning, can you actually use it? So let me try and put this in context. I was explaining that if you see somebody who covers their mouth and does this, it's usually because they're hiding something or concealing something as a general rule of thumb. And I said as a general rule of thumb, if you want a more accurate way to use it, and I've used this to train entrepreneurs, actors, people that run businesses, heads of companies, all of those things. And it's always the same thing I have to explain to people. All these things have to be done in a combination of tools. It's not just one thing on its own. So watch this very carefully. There's 4 things to look for if you're going to use this tool. The first one is you've got to put it in context. How are you communicating with them? Are you talking to them on a one-to-one basis? Is it in a meeting? Is it in a presentation? And as you're speaking, is the information that you're giving relevant to them and something that they would be considering? Or is it possibly information that they could be challenged by, or they themselves may not necessarily have the same agreement with you? So context is huge here, because some people were saying, well, that's bollocks because, I put my mouth over my mouth when I'm thinking about something. That's correct. But you might be on your own watching TV and thinking about something. You might be at a movie and you're doing this and you're thinking about something. That's very different to when you're having a conversation with somebody who's actually delivering an idea or a concept or information to you, and that person starts to go, I'm not sure if I actually believe what you're saying or I agree with you. So they will do this unconsciously, and the body language doesn't lie. It gives away so many clues. So context is the first thing. The second thing is the eyes. You can tell from a person's eyes whether if they start to squint, move away slightly like this, and their eyes do this. Their hands over their mouth and they go like that, and you see a frown. That's a pretty clear indication that something that you're saying isn't really aligned with what they're thinking. Whereas if you see somebody do this with their eyes, that tells me that they probably are in alignment with what I'm thinking, but they still may be holding on to their words before they finally deliver them. So it's all about the context and the eyes. The third thing is the head movement. They do this. Maybe the hands go like that. They're muting their mouth. They're doing this. Their eyes frown slightly. They put their head off to the side. That's a pretty clear indication that they're holding something back or they don't agree with you. So they might, on the other hand, be doing this and nodding. And that's the fourth thing, is the movement of the head. So it's the angle of the head and then the nodding of the head, number 4, which is, are they nodding in agreement with you? Is their body, their overall body, leaning into you and engaging with what you're saying? So they might be doing this. Or it might be that they do this. And there's a slight skepticism. So everything I'm teaching here when I'm doing these videos, because I only have a short time to do it, is isolated to a very specific tool that I'm sharing with you. When you combine these tools together, they're very, very effective. And I really want you at this stage just to study people and see what you notice. And from that, we can start to feed back. And with comments, I can do more videos.